So, as you are all talking with Barkley and everything, suddenly you hear a and then you hear a and you see, having crawled up out of the water and up over the side of the boat is what looks like an aquatic kobold. And it looked like one had started climbing up over the edge of the boat, and then because their foot was wet, just slipped and fell right on their face. Just, everybody freeze! You are being pillaged by the dread pirate, Sticky Wetclaw! Give us your gold!
No?
Jerusalem, actually lets out a a laugh.
Hey! What's funny about the name Sticky Wetclaw?
Are your claws always wet?
I live in the ocean!
But aren't everyone else's claws always wet?
But mine are the wet! It doesn't matter! Boys, get on! I had the most terrible dream. I dreamed that I was being stood on by a kobold that took my scimitar and said that they were a super seabold, and then they proceeded to stab everyone.
I'm so sorry you had that. Definitely just a dream.
Yes, a dream. At some point, Jag walked out, gave someone a mop, and just walked back into the cabin.
Oh yeah, Jag's here.
Jag, where the fuck was Jag during all this?
I hid! It is not my job to fight Siebel. You are the adventurers.
And it's your fucking boat.
That you defended. Congratulations.
We love you, Jag.
I do not feel your mammal emotion of love. Alright, I'm going to roll a die. 1 to 2 is Kaya, 3 to 4 is Jerusalem, and 5 to 6 is Lois. And whoever I land on, you have to tell me what happened in the last session, okay?
Alright.
Give us what happened last time on. I got a 3. Jerusalem, what happened last time?
So we set out to go to Shadowhorn, and we rented a boat from Jag, pulled a wooden, what are they called?
Warforged?
Warforged.
Yeah, a wooden Warforged out of the water, and then we got attacked by a bunch of pathetic seabolds.
What was the Warforged name?
It was Barkley.
Good job.
Did he name himself, or did somebody name him? Because I don't know which is more sad.
Unknown. You haven't asked. I will say, good job. Take a point of inspiration.
Oh. Is that fair? Because, we've got the ledger.
Oh, well, that's true. Thank you for doing it. Every time I think I'm gonna start up this practice of rolling a die, asking whoever it lands on to tell me what happened last time, and if they remember everything, then I'll give an inspiration.
Or if
Okay.
we read off of the list of things that we wrote.
Well, that means you're taking notes, which should be rewarded also.
Or that
Yeah,
we're reading the
I suppose
notes
so.
that someone else took.
I didn't read the notes, but I knew them because I had just finished writing them before session.
No, there you go. Anyways, we're picking up where we left off. You have recently thrown 2 seabolds back into the sea, and cleaned up the rest of their corpses. I assume also tossing into the sea. You sold all of their weapons to Jag for a pretty penny, and the rest of your day was uneventful. Obviously, we're gonna give you guys a long rest, but I just want to hear the watch order for that night.
I think the same as it was before.
Lois can
Right?
actually do watch this time, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not as seasick.
Okay. Well, Jerusalem, you went first last time, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Jerusalem, I would like you to roll a perception check for your night watch.
Cool.
I don't like that we're starting off with that.
I mean, I got a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
You are Gucci right now.
Hell yes! Good job. With a nat 20, your watch is entirely uneventful. You keep a sharp eye out. The seabolts don't come back. The weather is good. You don't have anything to worry about, and no one tries anything or like sneaks up or anything like that. Good job.
Nice. So what we've decided is I get the same thing whether I roll good or bad.
That's not necessarily true.
No, because that's exactly what happened when I rolled poorly when we were looking for...
I am also rolling, and based on your survival checks and stuff earlier, is I know what is around on the different days.
I know.
And like what's happening. So
I was just saying it was funny because you pretty much said the same thing that you said when we were being
but now you know that it's true. I think next was Barkley, correct?
Yeah, because he doesn't have
Barkley,
to sleep as well.
And then it was
Barkley had
Kaya, I think.
Yeah, Kaya had the last bit. Jerusalem keeps watch for the first couple of hours for the night, and then goes down to trance. Jerusalem, you tap Lois, who goes up on deck. Lois, I'd like a perception check.
I will say it's not going to be very long.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have 4 people taking over this watch, so 8 hours split 4 ways is, it's not going to be very long.
I got an 11.
Okay, with an 11, it's getting kind of dark. The night sky and the water are both starting to like blacken to that point where they're starting to blend together, but not quite yet. And you can see the coast off in the distance. Everything seems good. At one point during the night, you hear like this distant faint, like, but it's like, it's far off. And you don't see anything, so it seems good.
Keep in mind, I also don't have night vision, so I'm just like, yes, darkness.
So maybe in the future, Lois should take the first watch, since Lois wants to sleep the most and does not have dark vision. As a DM, I shouldn't be suggesting these things, but there we go. Who's up next? Barkley or Kaya?
Kaya will take morning, I guess.
Okay, so Kaya will take the last shift. So coming up next is Barkley. Barkley powers up. You see his little portcullis eyes shunk open, green light. He comes out onto the deck. He's holding his brand spanking new scimitar that he got from Kaya. And he rolls a number that he rolls. We get a shot of Barkley being pecked by a seagull.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Ow. 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 And then, eventually he goes, I must request you stop this at once.
The boy.
Oh no!
And then there's a shot of the seagull. With like real close up, you can see the reflection of his green eyes in the seagull's face. And then the seagull pecks him in the eye and flies off.
That's so mean.
Ow. Barkley stumbles down at the end of his watch. He had rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
And he wakes up Kaya and sends Kaya up.
All right. That's a 4.
Roll a 4?
Uh-huh.
The sunrise comes up. It's very lovely. You see some seagulls fly overhead, and it reminds you of Ismaldus. And you go, oh, I should do my morning prayers and rituals. And you sit down to go over like the religious rites of Ismaldus, and you get kind of lost in that for a bit. But eventually it's morning, and Jag wakes up and comes out. Everyone else eventually stirs and comes up deck, and you're sailing along. That was Night Watch. Good job, everybody.
I'm happy with my choices today.
That 20 was spent in the place where you wanted it to go. Good job, gang. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You're sailing along for a bit until you guys see what looks like a derelict warship kind of like half sunk into the water, closer to the coast. On its side is written, The Maiden of Beauty. And I would like everyone to roll perception.
Alright. Whew, today is not my day.
I got a 14.
I got another 4.
Ooh. I got a 9. What do I add to that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's a 9.
How did Lois somehow roll the most?
No, wait, no, it's a +2, so it's 11.
Okay. I'm going to roll for Barkley. Barkley got a 4. Jag looks at the ship and goes, oh, sorry. One of you rolled pretty good.
Yeah.
Lois, with that 14, what you would know is this is a Libitina warship, which is weird because Libitina warships generally don't sail down this far south into the Palandria Sea because this is where their, like, century-long rivals, Grayscale, like, hold court and, like, territory. And if they sent people down here, their ships would get sunk, which appears to be what happened to this guy. But it's weird because it's so far close to the tip of the continent.
I don't like that.
So yeah, Jag looks at this and turns to you all and goes, "You all owe me a favor."
Yes.
I would like to investigate the ship ruin. There may be armor, weapons from Libitina that I could sell at a high price.
Okay.
It had to be that, of course.
Loot the shipwreck, I will consider us even.
All right, then.
Jerusalem's on board with it.
On board.
Haha.
Hey.
Stop it, you two. Stop.
Barkley looks at everyone and goes, I will defer to my guild leader for any guidance and directives.
Is that Jerusalem?
Yeah, is he has his own guild, so...
Who is one other person who is not here right now. He said that he would be willing to work for you guys for passage. So currently he is technically a hireling for your guild.
Okay.
Cool.
We were just, like, everyone just looked at each other for a moment, like...
Yeah, like, who?
That Jerusalem, right? That's what he's talking about?
What's going on? Huh? Who?
Yeah, sure.
Are decisions being made? Are you acting? The DM, am waiting for you guys to make decisions and act on those decisions.
I mean, we all said we were on board with it.
Okay, so narrate to me how you're on board with it.
Jerusalem's like, well, it's... As long as it doesn't slow us down too much, let's get the boat over there.
Good. I'll steer us over a little bit closer. You take a paddle boat over, and we'll see how it goes. I would hate for my ship to also become shipwrecked.
Makes sense.
Jag sails, Jag's very good boat. Over, goes a little bit out of their way to kind of nudge it over, but doesn't get too close. And once you're within range, you guys notice something. Pinned to the masthead with several javelins is what appears to be a purple fish man. Who is like pinned to the masthead with several javelins run through him, and it looks like his eyes have been removed.
Are these, like, small javelins, like the ones that we saw the Seabolds using?
These, roll a perception check.
Okay. Got an 8.
Okay, with an 8, you know that these are not Seabold tridents. These are javelins.
Okay.
For people. For like a medium-sized people.
Can I look around and see what the hell's up?
If you sail a dinghy over to the boat and get on, you sure can.
Yeah, I'd like to probably do that. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna ransack that.
Okay.
I just realized something. Usually when you lower a little boat off the side of a ship, you would lower it first, and then you have everyone climb down on like either a ladder or a rope or something and get into the boat. But Kaya can't do that. So I'm just having this visual of her climbing into the boat while it's hanging off the side, and then you guys lowering her down and her looking very sad.
And then everyone's kind of climbing down onto it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could do it like the Rotel Dorado and just make her
Oh,
jump in.
Hop off the side of the ship.
Incredible and cute and good.
Just cannibals.
Oh, no, that would not work.
Incredible. Okay. You all get over. Jag, is also going to come with you.
Oh,
Because Jag wants to, get everything onto his boat as quickly as possible.
also, he
and
would
so-
be able to tell, like, what's good stuff
Yeah.
to take.
But he's like a skilled swimmer, so he just like dives into the water and swims over. And once you guys get up, he scales up, followed by Jerusalem and Loy scaling up, and I assume using ropes to pull up the dinghy and then allow Kaya to clop onto the boat proper.
The instant I can learn either levitate or fly or teleport, I'm doing
Kaya
it.
just becomes a Pegasus.
None of those are paladin spells.
Ah!
There are horseshoes of levitation that you can get for horses, which I assume you can also
Ooh.
put onto centaurs. So maybe
I do
that's the
want
thing that
that.
the party should buy for Kaya.
Sounds like a Kaya problem.
Oh!
Rude. But also true.
I see that the braid doesn't offer a disability aid.
Oh,
Cool company you're running there, Jerusalem.
well, when you put it that way.
They don't even have health insurance.
You have the opposite of health insurance, where if you're not hurt mortally every week, Jerusalem comes to you and is like, "Why aren't you doing your job? You're an adventurer. Get out there."
I just
Um,
thought of Shrek, where he's just like, we don't even have dental.
They don't
They
even
don't
have
even have
dental.
dental.
Deadass.
So, you guys are on this derelict ship, and you don't see anyone just yet, except for the fishman that has been stapled with javelins to the
Mhm.
mast.
Horrifying.
I want to look around because, sweet old home Libitina, you know?
Sure. How do you look around?
I imagine Lois doesn't want to look too much into the javelins, considering, like, that's not, like, really what he's looking for, because I know it's a
Okay.
Libitina warship. I just kind of want to see if I can find, like, papers and stuff.
Sure. So are you going towards the captain quarters, if you're looking for papers?
Yeah.
Okay, Lois, you walk over to what would be the captain's cabin, and you, step inside. Roll an investigation check for me.
That is intelligence.
Yes. You can roll perception too, either or.
They're both the same.
Yeah, they'll just give you different stuff.
That is a 13.
A 13? Okay. So this place has been ransacked. It looks like whoever got here already opened up all the drawers, like smashed them open, took a bunch of gold and like things. They left maps and stuff, that like books and things, though, for whatever reason. It looks like just whatever shiny was taken. You don't see the captain or like any weapons or anything. You do see sticking out from under the bed are 2 purple fish feet.
Mm. With that, I'm gonna slowly walk back where the big fighter is and just go quietly say to Kaya and them, I saw 2 purple fish feet in the captain's quarters under the bed. I decided it would be best, since that is not my area of expertise, to leave it to you two.
Yeah, man.
He tells Kaya and Jerusalem this. He's like, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, Kaya would be down to check it out. I have a question, though.
Sure.
Would I be able to tell how long it looked like this ship has been shipwrecked?
Roll an investigation check and make it very good.
Nat 20.
Damn.
So you're looking around, you're trying to figure out how long this ship has been shipwrecked. You have read books on how, like, water damage would affect things. You know that barnacles would be clinging on to the bottom side if it's been here for a while. You also know that it is on the entirely wrong side of the continent for what it is. So it's weird that it's here. You assume so. Also, it's not that far from the coast. So if it's been here a while, someone would have noticed it. As you're going about this, you happen to look over at Jag's very good boat. And it's not that far. And it's floating in the water just fine. You had to toss down the anchor to, like, root it. Or at least Jag did. And you look down over the edge, and as you're looking, this ship isn't run aground on a sandbank or anything. This ship is derelict on nothing. In fact, it looks like this isn't a shipwreck at all. This is just a ship that's been made to look like a shipwreck, but is actually floating fine, probably due to the aid of magic. And with a nat 20, while you are looking over the edge, you see in a hole of the ship, a large purple fish head is looking up directly at you like it is poked out. And when it sees you, it goes, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Jesus Christ.
It's a trap.
Yeah, Kaya's eyes widen and she says, "This isn't a shipwreck. It's a trap."
I am so glad Lois just decided to back the fuck out of there. Lois was like, not today. Not today.
They see a ship on the horizon and they're like, "Quickly, get into your stations." And some dude just dives under a bed.
That's what
I'm not supposed to do this. Quick peek behind the DM's curtain. The fish man that you saw, Lois, happened to roll a 4 on his stealth. So that was what he had in the bank.
Oh no!
That's the kind of fire he brought to this session.
It's the, if I can't see them, then they can't see me.
Can't see me. His webbed clawed feet just sticking out from underneath the bed.
Lois just was like,
He should have been hiding behind a curtain and just like...
The feet standing there. Oh.
Riley, I got a 9.
Okay.
Better than Kaya, who got a nat 20 earlier. She got an 8.
I got a 10, so none of us are kind of...
Y'all are bad at this. Okay. I like that you're all together, though. That's fun.
Yeah, we're just gonna take turns, I suppose.
Yeah.
The braid goes together, because they're buddies.
Yeah,
We're high school friends.
Except for Barkley, who's on his game and he rolled a 19.
Barkley, baby!
Good for Barkley.
He's probably the only one who wasn't really interested in ransacking the place, so he was...
Top of the initiative, Jag lifts up, he has brought over some weapons to protect himself. He lifts over a shield and kind of hefts a great club and kind of like starts to move closer to you. And as he does, you hear a rhythmic
Jesus Christ.
These are very good frog sounds.
And as you're hearing this, the door to the captain's quarters is smashed open. Coming out of it, you see this large, grotesque looking humanoid. It looks like kind of a fat human, but his skin is purple and somehow drawn taut across his body. So you can see his bones and his bulging veins. He has taloned hands and feet that are webbed, and on top of his head, he doesn't have a neck. He just has a massive purple fish head. The fish person is dressed in these old tattered robes that are clearly suffering from water damage, and it looks like he's wearing different medallions and like things that he's made to look like religious symbols and things, but they're like made out of trash. Like you see like a prayer symbol made out of some twisted spoons and stuff, and he is holding up a staff, and on the staff tied to it is a lobster, and in the lobster claws are two gouged out fish eyes that have been placed into the claws. It hoists up the weird attempt at a cleric staff it is holding, and it is going to
Have some fun. Take a vacation.
it takes a vacation. You see blackish flame starts to erupt out of the eyes, and it fires it at Lois, since Lois was the one that went in first. The black flame goes soaring over your head, Lois, spirals through the air, and then plops into the water and fizzles.
I am not a fan of this.
The fisherman cocks its head, and then, like, taps its chest, and then taps the other side of its chest, and then it looks like it does, like, a quick prayer. It's Barkley's turn. Barkley goes, "By Sylph, you are all just so bad to look at."
Marissa goes, "Yes, absolutely."
I assume we are engaging with the hostiles.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well, then. Barkley rushes up to the fish monster and goes, "I guess we ask for names here." And the fish monster goes, and he goes, "Right." Barkley attacks.
Right.
Oh, we made such a bad impression on Barkley.
We really did.
Barkley swings at it with the scimitar Kaya gave him, but it holds up the lobster staff and catches the blade and then pushes it aside.
No! Barkley! Barkley, why?
The boy.
Barkley's eye, portcullis' narrow, and the light dims. You think this is robot for shame?
Oh no!
He looks like he, for all the world, is a failure. He can't imagine doing worse than he just has in this instance.
Oh
No, the boy.
As Barkley is contemplating how he can be better and do better, 3 grappling hooks, made out of, what looks like bits of anchor and large fish hooks are tossed over the side. And pulling themselves up over the edge. You see 3 more of these purple fish folk. They are holding like these grappling hooks. When they pull themselves over the edge, they land. They are not wearing the same like facsimile robes and like religious symbols made out of spoons. But you see they all have removed one eye.
Ah.
And
Why?
they are wearing like tattered loincloths. And they are holding what appears to be these like large metal claws at the end of sticks.
I don't like that.
Okay.
How many were there?
3 pull themselves up over the edge.
Jerusalem looks around, like, kind of, like, take notes of each of them, and then is like, wait, where'd the third eye go?
They don't speak common, it looks
He
like.
wasn't really asking them, he was just kind of stating it. There's 2 in the lobster. Where's the third?
Jerusalem has to know the location of these eyes. Stat! I'm gonna be nice and say it took their entire action to throw those grappling hooks and crawl up onto the top of the boat. That's them. Jerusalem, it's your turn now.
Alright. let's see. Is there anyone that's, like, specifically closer to us, or is it just kind of all same distance?
The archpriest came out of the captain's quarters, so it's on the other side of the ship. But the three that grapple hooked their way up, which I will be referring to as whips, because that's what they're called in the book. The whips came up the side of the boat, so they are much closer to you.
Okay. I think Jerusalem's gonna go after the pseudo cleric, anyways, because that seems to be the leader. So he's gonna go after it with his rapier. So he's gonna.
You rush forward with your rapier.
Yeah.
You get him.
Yeah.
You get him.
So I rolled a 21.
Nice.
Yeah, that beats this naked fish man wearing a towel's AC.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I don't know what his dex is, but I get to do 1d8.
No
Yes.
sneak attack on this.
Yeah, no one else is close enough to sneak attack, so that's an 8 damage.
You stab it with your rapier, you deal 8 damage. It shrieks. It throws its hand up into the air and it screams another garbled prayer in a language you don't understand. And I am going to calculate that damage on my calculator because I'm bad at math.
Riley, you're
That's
an
okay.
English guy. Of course you're bad at math.
I'm too busy making amazing character voices to bother
Thank
about
you.
math.
Yeah.
Lois, it's your turn. There are these awful, awful fish boys. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
One is screaming a prayer and waving his hand at the dead one that has been pierced to the mast. It looks like it is a focus of religious significance to this fish man.
Okay, so I don't like looking at them.
I don't like to look at them. Lois.
Well, first off, Bardic Inspiration. I'll give it to probably Kaya, because she's going to be doing a lot of the heavy hits. That's a 2. Sorry about that, but hey.
That's alright.
I think I'm going to take that Gucci Vicious Mockery, because it doesn't need to understand me. It's just a creature that I can see.
Oh my gosh. Lois just starts making the garbled sounds back at them,
No.
but doesn't make any sense. Just making fun of it.
So, essentially, it needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Who are you targeting? Priest or the one of the whips?
I think I'm gonna target the priest too, because that really is like...
Okay, the special priest boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with my handy dandy metal dice, which is gonna be the villain dice for this encounter. Hiya! Oh no, it rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, no, it didn't do jack shit. So I get to roll 1d4, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay. What do you say is casting this vicious mockery? What's your insult?
Lois just goes, if you're gonna be an unpleasant eyesore, the least you could do is just shut your mouth. You're gonna give me a migraine. And with that, I rolled a nat 4 on the 1d4, so it just automatically takes that.
When you yell this at it, the fish man clutches its necklace of holy symbols made out of spoons, like a woman clutching a necklace of pearls. Like, and it goes. It takes all of the psychic damage as it knows deep in its heart it's been roasted.
And again, a disadvantage on its next attack roll. Doom. Alright, and that's what I got.
Good turn, Lois. Kaya.
Hello.
Everyone's been ganging up on the priest.
Yeah, the priest seems the way to go.
We're more concerned about the one that can shoot black fire than the ones that are going to try and
Yeah.
stab us.
Yeah, also the one that's been described as a cleric and might be able to heal the others.
What? No, that's crazy.
Always aim for the cleric.
What you talking about? Why would he? What? What? That's so weird. It's so weird that you would bring that up.
So, I'm going to try my new handy-dandy spell for my new halberd.
Oh, you're activating your overclock halberd?
Yeah!
Okay.
So I get to cast Haste, which goes up to 1 minute until the spell ends. My speed is doubled. I gain 2 bonus to AC, advantage on dex saves, and I get an extra attack action on each of my turns, which starts now, I assume?
Yes, it starts when you cast
Cool.
it.
So I get to attack.
Yeah. As you cast it channeling this halberd. So like as you do, the halberd starts to glow, and as you like rush forward galloping, you hear the gears inside the halberd start to speed up. And like the gears are like whirring and grinding against each other. And as the gears and the halberd speed up and the halberd starts to glow, you feel as if the gears inside you also start to spin faster.
Oh.
And a surge of like arcane bronze energy goes through your body, and you zip forward suddenly at a much higher speed.
Okay. Well, I am going to attack it with the halberd with just one divine smite for now.
Just one. Just the one.
The fishman can have one divine smite
As
as a treat.
Let's see. So that is 21 to hit.
21 to hit? Yeah, that beats its AC, believe it or not.
Dope. Let's see. How much damage do you do? I need a D10. Where's my D10? That's not a D10. That's my D10.
What's a D10? Nobody knows.
And how far away was I?
Within 30 feet or so. Like, this warship isn't crazy big.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to add my hooves to that.
Sure, you can add your hooves to it.
Oh, lovely.
I'll be nice. I'll say that the ship was big enough that you had to take, like, enough movement that you got there.
So, 2
I'm not a monster.
plus-
You say as you're allowing us to brutally murder the fish cleric.
Well, we'll
plus
see if it
my
brutally
divine
murders anything.
Smite, 2d8s. I'm rolling 4 dice right now.
Remember, you have to roll to hit your hooves separately.
Do I?
I believe you do. Kaya. Hoovens.
Oh, I do have to hit with them. Yeah.
Yes. Hoovens are different.
That's an 11 to hit with my hooves.
Your hooves do not hit.
Oh.
It has a better AC than 11. Who would have guessed?
I assume it is not a fiend.
No, these fish
Undead?
boys are not fiends. No, they are not undead.
All right.
They're bad.
All
They
right.
suck, but I'm afraid that's
So
all.
that is 18 damage.
18 damage. Goodness gracious, how tasty. It takes that 18 damage. You smack it with your halberd, cutting through with your incredible speed. It looks mournfully at the dead fishman with the removed eyes on the mast. It says some garbled nonsense. For the first time, we get subtitles down below. It says, "Why have you forsaken me?"
Guy is just like, look, I respect most religions, but this is just ridiculous.
More gasping and clutching at its spoon necklace. Okay, it is now. Kaya, your turn is done.
Mhm.
Okay. You hear more chanting. And swarming out from beneath you, coming out of the underbelly of the boat, where the sailor quarters would be, spill out more of these fish people. 7 more to be precise. These ones don't have cool little mechanical claws or anything, or are holding weird lobster staves. They are just wearing like tunics that look like they're made out of rags or towels. Each one has 1 removed eye, and they are carrying a dingy little spear and a net, and they all with a shield that they have that seems to be smeared in something. And these 7 boys rush out, all chanting. And they came out of the side, so they're going to attack. I mean, there's enough of them that they have attacks to go around. The first 2 are going to attack Jag.
Oh
no. One rushes at Jag and dives at him, and he just sidesteps, and it smacks against the deck.
Oh no!
Its pointed teeth like breaking off. When it lifts its head up, several teeth have been left in the wood where its face smacked down. It rolled a nat 1, and its friend is going to a special boy. He hurls a net at Jag, who puts his club forward, the net wraps around the club, and then Jag lowers the club. It's not ruined by having a net added to it. And the 2 fish people look at each other morosely. 2 of them are going to attack Barkley.
Barkley, no!
They rush forward. Barkley goes, I believe we are supposed to ask what your names are, and
Barkley,
they attack
no.
Barkley. One smacks him with its spear, but it smacks it with the wrong end. And so Barkley just is like, ow. And the other one swings with its spear, and swings so hard that it spins around and falls over.
Oh,
I am rolling like garbage. I've literally not rolled above a 5 for any of these guys. The next 2, they rush up. They look at Jerusalem. They look at their friends. They look at Jerusalem. They load their nets with malicious intent. They hurl their nets. The nets fly forward and smack into each other, tangle up, and then like a ball of fabric bonks your snoot, Jerusalem, and hits the ground uselessly. You take no damage.
Gross.
2 more rush forward.
I'm starting to feel bad for these guys.
They rush forward. They hurl themselves at Lois. One bites at you, Lois, but you kind of sidestep it, and it stumbles forward. It doesn't quite trip, but it almost trips. I'm not using this dice anymore. This dice is being retired for the night. Garbage. The second boy hurls its net at you, Lois, and it smacks down a good, you want to say 8 feet in front of you? It looks at the net. It looks at the effigy stabbed to the mast. It throws its hands pointing at the net and looks aggressively at the effigy.
What the heck is this?
As if to say, come on! The effigy does not respond. Riley retires the metal die for the evening. Top of the order, it's Jag. Jag walks up to... walks. These guys haven't proved themselves to be, worthy of eagerness, walks up to the first fishman that tried to attack. Jag is gonna roll. Oh my gosh. Jag swings his club down. The fish scrambles back, and the club smashes another hole through the deck, and Jag pulls it up. Jag hisses and then lunges forward to bite it. Sinks his teeth into it, biting him real good, and he hurts it. And it's ouchy.
Yeah.
I just rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks, and I hit once. I don't feel good about how this initiative is gonna go. I don't. He bites the guy, he hurts him, whatever. Jag's turn is done. The priest turns to Kaya, sees you vibrating and ticking quickly, and the priest squints at you with its eyes.
Don't forget the priest has a disadvantage.
It swings its lobster at you with disadvantage.
And if it's a dex save, I also have advantage.
It gets a 6. It swings its lobster at you like a person afraid of a bat swings a broom at a bat that has gotten into their house. Just kind of... it doesn't even get close to connecting with your armor. It's Barkley's turn. Barkley goes, right. I took note of this. It appears that you lot do not have good ways of dealing with crowds, as I observed yesterday. So I prepared a little something for you all. He walks towards the fishmen. His body crackles with arcane energy. He smashes his hands together. There is a sonic boom. He casts Thunder Wave.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa!
Barkley, what? Right?
I will say that's not something we considered when we made our characters.
Yeah.
Team comp is important. Oh my gosh. Okay. Barkley walks forward, claps his hands together. There is a and one Kutoa is dead.
Oh.
Well, damn.
And the rest are all knocked down. No, they are pushed to 10 feet. So they are knocked back 10 feet and go like sliding across the deck. They all failed. And I'm gonna be real with you. They all have 3 hit points.
Oh.
Damn.
No matter what I roll, it would still kill one of them.
Yeah.
One is blown just off the boat and into the ocean.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Just dead instantly. Barkley goes, right. I haven't gotten any of your names yet, but I suppose that we do not speak the same language, so that will be of some difficulty. Should I name them? Or would that be inappropriate?
If you'd like?
Yeah, Jerusalem like kind of looks at him and is like really badly wanting to say yes just to see what would happen, but at the same time, like...
Don't encourage him!
At the same time, Jerusalem's thinking, how annoying might this be in the future?
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!